Analysis of Kyle Base's Economic Strategies, Implementation Framework for Treasury Policies by Q2 2024. Introduction. Kyle Base, an influential hedge fund manager and economic strategist, has articulated a comprehensive framework aimed at reforming Treasury policies in response to contemporary economic challenges. With a budget allocation of $1.2 million dedicated to research and development, Base's strategies are positioned to address the evolving economic landscape through innovative policy measures. This report delves into the essential elements of his proposal, outlining the strategic approaches, anticipated timelines, and collaborative frameworks that underpin his vision for a robust economic future. Key strategies outlined by Kyle Base. 1. Macroeconomic analysis. Base underscores the critical need for a thorough understanding of macroeconomic indicators, particularly inflation and interest rates. His analysis highlights that the current economic environment, characterized by escalating inflation, presents both risks and opportunities. By leveraging macroeconomic data, Base aims to craft Treasury policies that not only respond to immediate challenges but also anticipate future market shifts. 2. Risk management framework. A central tenet of Base's strategy is the development of a comprehensive risk management framework. This framework utilizes historical data to model various economic scenarios, allowing policymakers to evaluate potential downturns and identify strategies that can either mitigate risks or exploit emerging market trends. Base contends that proactive risk management is essential for maintaining economic stability in turbulent times. 3. Technological integration. Recognizing the transformative potential of technology, Base advocates for the adoption of advanced data analytics tools within the Treasury. This investment in technology aims to enhance economic modeling capabilities, improve forecasting accuracy, and facilitate data-driven decision-making. By embracing technological innovations, Base believes that the Treasury can better adapt to dynamic economic conditions and optimize policy outcomes. 4. Public-private partnerships. Base emphasizes the importance of fostering collaboration between the government and private sector entities. He argues that public-private partnerships can drive innovation, yielding more effective and responsive economic policies. This collaborative approach is expected to create a more adaptable framework capable of addressing the complexities of the modern economy. Integration of insights from various sources. An analysis of multiple sources reveals a consensus regarding the urgency of implementing Base's strategies amidst prevailing economic challenges. Common themes include need for innovative policies. There is a widespread acknowledgement of the necessity for innovative approaches to tackle inflation and other economic pressures. Value of technology. The role of technology in enhancing economic forecasting and policy formulation is frequently emphasized, with many sources advocating for its integration into the Treasury's operations. Cross-sector collaboration. The significance of collaboration between different economic sectors is noted as a critical factor for the successful implementation of Base's strategies. Despite this consensus, variations exist among sources regarding specific aspects of Base's approach. Focus on risk management versus technological integration. Some sources prioritize risk management as a principal focus, while others delve deeper into the technological aspects of Base's proposal. Implementation timeline variations. While the overarching timeline aims for Q2 2024, differing perspectives exist regarding the urgency and pace of implementing preliminary measures. Proposed timeline for implementation. The following timeline outlines the key milestones in the development and implementation of Base's economic strategies. Q1 2023, initial discussions commence regarding the economic challenges facing the nation along with the potential for policy reforms. Q2 2023, Kyle Base formally presents his framework for Treasury policies, emphasizing the importance of research and development investments. Q3 2023, the allocation of the $1.2 million budget is finalized with strategic plans for partnerships and technological investments initiated. Q4 2023, preliminary analyses and pilot projects are launched focusing specifically on inflation and risk management strategies. Q1 2024, final adjustments to the implementation framework occur incorporating feedback from stakeholder engagements and ongoing assessments. Q2 2024, the full rollout of the Treasury policies is executed aiming to establish a responsive and adaptive economic strategy. Conclusion. Kyle-Base's economic strategies present a forward-thinking approach to reshaping Treasury policies in light of modern economic challenges. By focusing on macroeconomic indicators, establishing a robust risk management framework, embracing technological advancements, and fostering public-private partnerships, his implementation framework aims to create a resilient economic landscape. The strategic allocation of resources and collaborative efforts will be pivotal for the successful execution of these policies. With a targeted deadline of Q2 2024. As economic conditions continue to evolve, the adoption of Base's strategies could prove critical in navigating the complexities of the contemporary financial environment. Kyle-Base's economic strategies, while presenting a coherent framework for Treasury policies, also reveal several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional economic thinking. Here are some of the most notable points. 1. Inflation as an opportunity. Typically, inflation is viewed as a negative economic indicator that requires stringent control measures. However, Base posits that rising inflation can create unique investment opportunities. This perspective suggests that rather than solely focusing on combating inflation, economic players should also explore avenues for capitalizing on inflationary trends, which could lead to innovative investment strategies. 2. Risk management reconsidered. Conventional wisdom often focuses on minimizing risk at all costs, particularly in financial markets. Base's approach, however, involves embracing certain risks strategically to enhance potential returns. This counterintuitive stance implies that a well-calibrated risk exposure can lead to greater rewards, challenging the traditional risk-averse mindset prevalent among investors and policymakers. 3. Technology as a double-edged sword. While the integration of technology in economic modeling is generally seen as a means to improve accuracy and efficiency, Base's strategy highlights that reliance on technology can also introduce new vulnerabilities. For instance, overdependence on data analytics may lead to complacency in critical thinking and qualitative assessments. This suggests a need for a balanced approach that combines technological tools with human insight. For public-private partnerships for agility, the idea that government and private sectors should collaborate is widely accepted. But Base's emphasis on this partnership as a pivotal mechanism for adapting to economic fluctuations is noteworthy. It implies a shift in thinking where government entities can leverage private sector innovation to respond more rapidly to economic changes, contrasting with the traditional view that government should independently drive policy. 5. Dynamic policy formulation. Base argues for a dynamic approach to Treasury policy that adapts to changing economic conditions rather than adhering to static one-size-fits-all measures. This contradicts the typical approach of establishing rigid policies that often fail to account for real-time economic shifts, suggesting that flexibility and adaptability should be prioritized in economic governance. 6. Collaborative innovation. While many economic strategies advocate for innovation, Base emphasizes the role of collaboration in fostering breakthrough ideas. This counters the notion that innovation is primarily a product of individual genius or isolated efforts, highlighting the importance of diverse perspectives in generating effective economic solutions. 7. Investment in R&D is a priority. In a landscape where immediate financial returns are often prioritized, Base's commitment to a $1.2 million budget for research and development may seem counterintuitive. This approach suggests that long-term economic resilience should take precedence over short-term gains, advocating for a more visionary perspective on economic strategy. 8. Historical data utilization. While historical data is typically used to predict future trends, Base's framework suggests a more nuanced application where historical analysis informs innovative policymaking rather than simply forecasting outcomes. This indicates a shift from a reactive to a proactive stance in economic strategy formulation. In summary, Kyle Bass's economic strategies challenge several conventional views, advocating for a more nuanced and innovative approach to economic policy and investment. His emphasis on leveraging inflation, embracing strategic risks, and fostering collaboration marks a significant departure from traditional economic thought, offering a framework that may better address the complexities of modern economic challenges. Kyle Bass's economic strategies and the proposed implementation framework for Treasury policies present a thorough approach to addressing the current economic challenges. While the summary provides a clear overview, several critical aspects are often overlooked that carry substantial significance for understanding the overall impact and potential effectiveness of Bass's strategies. Important content often overlooked. 1. Historical context of economic trends. Bass's emphasis on historical data analysis is often understated. Understanding past economic downturns and recoveries is vital for creating effective policies. The significance lies in recognizing patterns that can inform decision-making and risk assessment. For instance, the lessons learned from the 2008 financial crisis can guide current strategies on managing inflation and interest rates. By not paying attention to historical precedents, policymakers may repeat the mistakes of the past. 2. The role of inflation in investment decisions. The report touches on inflation as a critical factor but does not delve deeply into the implications of inflation on different asset classes. For instance, while inflation can erode cash value, it can also create opportunities in sectors like commodities and real estate. Recognizing these nuances can lead to more informed investment strategies that align with Bass's recommendations. Ignoring these details can result in missed opportunities for leveraging inflation for financial gain. 3. Technological integration beyond economic modeling. While the integration of technology has highlighted the potential for artificial intelligence (AI) and machine learning in predicting economic trends is often under-discussed. These technologies can analyze vast amounts of data more efficiently than traditional methods, providing insights that can lead to proactive policy adjustments. The significance here is that embracing cutting-edge technology can enhance the Treasury's agility in response to rapid economic changes. 4. Public-private partnerships (PPP) implementation challenges. Bass's advocacy for PPPs is a forward-thinking approach, but the intricacies involved in their implementation are often overlooked. Establishing effective partnerships requires navigating bureaucratic hurdles, aligning interests between the public and private sectors, and ensuring accountability. The significance of this lies in understanding that while the concept is appealing, the practical execution can be fraught with challenges that could hinder the overall effectiveness of the proposed strategies. 5. Risk management framework nuances. The report mentions a robust risk management framework, yet the specific methodologies and tools that would be employed are not detailed. For instance, utilizing stress testing and scenario analysis can provide deeper insights into the potential impacts of economic shocks. The significance is in recognizing that a well-defined risk management strategy is not merely about identifying risks but also about preparing adaptive responses that can mitigate those risks effectively. 6. Stakeholder engagement process. The timeline indicates ongoing assessments and stakeholder engagements leading up to the full rollout of policies by Q2 2024. However, the mechanisms for stakeholder engagement, how different voices are incorporated, and how feedback is utilized are crucial for the legitimacy and acceptance of the policies. Ignoring this aspect can result in policies that lack public support and may not address the real needs of the economy. 7. Long-term sustainability of policies. While the immediate focus is on implementing strategies by Q2 2024, the long-term sustainability of these policies is essential for ensuring ongoing economic stability. The report does not adequately address how these policies will adapt to future economic conditions or demographic shifts. The significance lies in the necessity for policies to evolve continually, ensuring they remain relevant and effective in changing economic landscapes. 8. The psychological aspect of economic behavior. The report largely focuses on quantitative analysis without considering the psychological factors that influence economic behavior. Consumer confidence, for example, can significantly impact spending and investment decisions. Understanding behavioral economics can enhance the effectiveness of policies aimed at stimulating economic growth. Neglecting this dimension may lead to oversights in how policies are perceived and acted upon by the public. Conclusion. Kyle Bass's economic strategies provide a comprehensive framework for addressing Treasury policies in the face of contemporary economic challenges. However, understanding the overlooked aspects, such as historical context, deep technological integration, implementation challenges of public-private partnerships, nuances in risk management, stakeholder engagement processes, long-term sustainability, and psychological factors can significantly enhance the analysis and effectiveness of these strategies. Recognizing these elements will be critical not only for the successful implementation of policies by Q2 2024 but also for ensuring their adaptability and relevance in the future. 1. Macroeconomic analysis. Kyle Bass's emphasis on macroeconomic trends, particularly inflation and interest rates, serves as a foundational element of his economic strategies. Understanding these trends is crucial for shaping effective Treasury policies. In-depth discussions can explore how Bass's analysis correlates with current economic indicators and the implications of rising inflation on investment opportunities and policy reforms. 2. Risk management framework. The integration of a robust risk management framework is vital for assessing potential economic downturns. Bass utilizes historical data and scenario modeling to identify risks and opportunities. Analyzing the effectiveness of this approach can lead to discussions about best practices in risk management and how similar frameworks can be applied in other economic contexts. 3. Investment in technology. The proposal to invest in advanced data analytics tools for economic modeling highlights the importance of technology in policy decision-making. A thorough examination of how technology can enhance forecasting accuracy and policy responsiveness can foster discussions about the future of economic strategies, especially in a rapidly changing digital landscape. 4. Public-private partnerships. Bass's advocacy for collaboration between the government and private sector is a crucial aspect of his framework. Exploring the potential benefits and challenges of such partnerships can lead to a deeper understanding of how innovation in economic policy can be achieved. Discussions can focus on successful case studies and how these partnerships can be structured effectively to respond to dynamic economic challenges. 1. The Great Depression 1929 to 1939. This was a severe worldwide economic depression that took place during the 1930s. It began in the United States after the stock market crash of October 1929, which led to a chain reaction of economic failures. The U.S. government under President Franklin D. Roosevelt implemented a series of fiscal policies and reforms known as the New Deal. These policies included public works projects, financial reforms, and the establishment of social safety nets. The New Deal aimed to provide relief for the unemployed, stimulate economic recovery, and reform the financial system to prevent a future depression. 2. The 2008 financial crisis. Triggered by the collapse of the housing bubble in the United States, this global financial crisis led to significant economic downturns worldwide. The U.S. government and the Federal Reserve responded with a series of unprecedented monetary and fiscal policies, including the Troubled Asset Relief Program (TARP), which provided financial assistance to banks and other financial institutions. The Federal Reserve also implemented quantitative easing (QE), purchasing large amounts of government securities to inject liquidity into the economy. These measures aimed to stabilize the financial system and promote economic recovery. 3. The hyperinflation of Weimar Germany 1921 to 1923. Following World War I, Germany faced enormous reparations payments. leading to hyperinflation in the early 1920s. The government resorted to printing money to meet its obligations, which drastically devalued the currency. Prices soared and savings were wiped out, causing widespread social unrest. In response, the government implemented monetary reforms, including the introduction of a new currency, the Rentenmark, and strict fiscal policies to stabilize the economy. These measures ultimately restored confidence in the financial system and led to economic recovery. Future outlook: predictions for Kyle Base's economic strategies by Q2 2024. As we look ahead to the implementation of Kyle Base's economic strategies and the associated Treasury policies, several predictions can be made about their potential impact and effectiveness in addressing the economic landscape by Q2 2024. 1. Adaptation to inflationary pressures. Given the current economic climate characterized by rising inflation, it is anticipated that Base's strategies will lead to more innovative and adaptive Treasury policies. The focus on macroeconomic analysis will likely result in policies that are responsive to inflationary trends. By mid-2024, we may see a shift in fiscal strategies aimed at curbing inflation through targeted interventions which could stabilize prices and restore consumer confidence. 2. Enhanced risk management frameworks. With the robust risk management framework proposed by base, organizations and the Treasury are expected to better prepare for potential economic downturns. By Q2 2024, we can predict a more proactive stance on risk assessment, leading to policies that not only react to economic crises but also anticipate them. This could manifest in a more resilient financial ecosystem, reducing the impact of external shocks on the economy. 3. Technological integration in economic policy. Base's emphasis on technology and data analytics is likely to revolutionize decision-making processes within the Treasury. By Q2 2024, we can expect the deployment of advanced analytics tools that will facilitate real-time economic forecasting and policy evaluation. This technological shift may lead to more precise and timely interventions, improving the effectiveness of economic policies and fostering transparency in government operations. 4. Strengthened public-private partnerships. The advocacy for collaboration between the public and private sectors is anticipated to yield innovative solutions to economic challenges. By mid-2024, we may observe an increase in joint initiatives aimed at economic development, which could enhance the agility of policy responses. These partnerships might also lead to the development of new financial instruments designed to address current economic issues, potentially attracting more investment to critical sectors. 5. Increased focus on sustainable economic practices. As Base's strategies unfold, there is a likelihood that sustainability will become a more significant aspect of Treasury policies. The integration of technology and data analysis could enable the Treasury to assess the long-term implications of economic decisions, promoting policies that not only address immediate challenges but also ensure sustainable growth. By Q2 2024, we could see policies that align economic incentives with environmental and social governance (ESG) criteria, fostering a more sustainable economic framework. 6. Potential for market volatility. While Base's strategies aim to stabilize the economy, the transitional phase leading up to their implementation may introduce market volatility. Investors and market participants might initially react cautiously to the proposed changes, leading to fluctuations in financial markets. However, as the strategies prove effective, we may see renewed confidence in the economic outlook. Stabilizing markets by mid-2024. 7. Evolving regulatory landscape. The proposed framework could lead to shifts in the regulatory landscape as new policies are implemented. By Q2 2024, we might observe regulatory reforms that enhance oversight and accountability within financial markets, driven by the lessons learned from the economic challenges faced in previous years. This evolution could create a more robust regulatory environment that protects against future economic crises. 8. Global economic implications. The implementation of basis strategies may have ripple effects beyond domestic borders. As the U.S. Treasury adopts these innovative policies, other nations might look to the U.S. as a model for addressing similar economic challenges. By mid-2024, we may see increased international collaboration on economic issues as countries share insights and strategies informed by basis framework. Conclusion. The future outlook for Base's economic strategies and the associated Treasury policies by Q2 2024 is promising. But it is not without challenges. The successful implementation of these strategies hinges on their ability to adapt to an evolving economic landscape, harness technology effectively, and foster collaboration across sectors. If executed well, these strategies could pave the way for a more resilient and sustainable economy, ultimately benefiting a broad range of stakeholders. As we approach the implementation timeline, ongoing assessments and adjustments will be essential to ensure that these policies meet their intended goals.